Welcome to the free Super Tips Premier League Tipping Challenge against the Racing Post. We've got Dan Childs here against us this week. Ready for the challenge, Dan?
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Right,
yeah.
We're going to cover the 5 live games on TV. So let's get cracking with Wolves versus Manchester City. Now, Wolves were very impressive in the Championship last season. They've invested wisely as well to make sure they stay in the Premier League. They've got Ruben Neves in midfield, Jimenez, Traore up front. They always look like they're going to get you a goal. Manchester City, what can you say about them? They look awesome. They're tearing teams apart, left, right and centre. Have they got one small negative? Maybe at the back. They did concede one against Huddersfield. Arsenal could easily have scored against them. For us, we've got to go with both teams to score.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you here, Dean. I think both teams to score is the bet here. I look at Wolves, I mean, they look great going forward last season. They've added Raul Jimenez, who I thought had an excellent game against Leicester, was unlucky not to score. They also look bright in the 2-2 draw at home to Everton. So I think this will be possibly Manchester City's biggest test so far, even though they've played Arsenal on the opening match. There is a slight weakness in the City defence. I think Wolves can nick a goal, but you'd have to fancy Manchester City to score at least once as well. So I'll go both teams to score.
On to Saturday tea time, and it's Liverpool versus Brighton. Now, for us, Liverpool are going to be the biggest threat to Manchester City this season. We all know about their attacking talent, but what about this stat? Last season, against the bottom 10 teams in the Premier League, they managed to keep 9 clean sheets at Anfield. That's a frightening stat for Brighton. Brighton, they're going to come here full of confidence after the win against United. But in fairness, that United performance was abysmal. For us, we'd see no joy for the Seagulls here. We're going for Liverpool -2 in the handicap.
Yeah, I think Liverpool win this comfortably. I'd go along with the fact that Brighton, maybe that was more about Manchester United being poor in that game. They did nothing wrong. Brighton pressed them really well and took advantage of Man United's frailties. The week before at Watford, they didn't have a shot on target, Brighton, so it's a difficult one to assess them. What you do know with Liverpool is at the moment they look a lot stronger at the back than they were. Since Virgil van Dijk's come in. They've tightened up at the back, and that's why I'm going to go here, Liverpool to win to 0. I just think they'll win the game comfortably, and I can't see Brighton troubling them.
On to Watford versus Crystal Palace. And Watford have probably been the surprise package over the first 2 weeks. Look like they've got a real good team spirit amongst them. A great result against Burnley. Crystal Palace haven't really done anything wrong. They went to Fulham and recorded a nice win. Certainly wasn't disgraced against Liverpool. For this match, we're siding with the value. Watford, you can get around 6-4 at home against a team that's probably going to be mid to lower table. So for us, that's the value, a Watford win at around 6-4.
Yeah, I see a lot of Watford. I'm a season ticket holder at Watford, so I've not seen them actually this year because I've been on holiday in the summer holidays. But I've been following their progress. They tend to start seasons very well. Troy Deeney is a key player. He's come back a lot fitter since the summer, and he's playing up front with Andre Gray in a 4-4-2. They didn't play that last season. It's given them a lot more threat up front. So that leads into my tip, which is both teams to score here. I think Watford will score in this game, but I think they'll struggle to keep a clean sheet. Wilfried Zaha is such a big player for Crystal Palace. I think he'll cause Watford problems, especially if he gets into the fullback areas. Daryl Janmaat and Jose Holebas are fullbacks that are better going forward than defensively. So Palace will score, Watford will score. Both teams to score.
On to Sunday, 4 o'clock, and it's Newcastle versus Chelsea. Now, Newcastle scored 21 goals in their 19 home matches last season and defeated 3 of the top 6. Chelsea, they have really changed tactics since Maurizio Sarri's appeared. Very, very attacking. 3 goals in both their opening matches. But has that affected him at the back? Arsenal carved them open on many occasions. Could have scored 3 or 4 maybe. For us, we're going for over 2.5 goals in the Newcastle-Chelsea match.
Yeah, I can see the goals angle, but I'm just going to go with a straight tip on Chelsea here. I just think Newcastle maybe were flattered a little bit with their performance against Spurs. Spurs had the most players at the World Cup semi-final stage. And they were always going to be a bit off, I think, going into that game. It made Newcastle look a bit better than they are. Against Cardiff, I thought Newcastle looked poor, back to the sort of standard we saw a lot last season. You're right about Chelsea's defence. It's not great with Luiz in there, and it gets less protection at the moment with Kante playing further forward. But I just wonder if Newcastle got the players to exploit that as well as Arsenal did last week. So I'm just going to go for a straight Chelsea win here. Hazard as well could be making his first start of the season.
On to Monday night football, and it's Manchester United versus Tottenham. Now, there's obviously things going on behind the scenes at Old Trafford. Jose Mourinho's not happy, Pogba's not happy. Having said that, one stat that's interesting for us, the last 11 times at Old Trafford United have took on a top 6 side, they have managed to score. So for us, we see them finding the net. Tottenham, they've got off to a cracking start. Goals spread amongst the team. Even Harry Kane's managed to score in August, which is a shock to everyone. So for us, considering the way Tottenham have started, the United defence all over the place against Brighton, we have to go with both teams to score in this match.
I'm going to go down the value route here, and I think the value is Manchester United actually to win the game. I just think sometimes early season people can get a bit overreacting to one match form. I know they were awful against Brighton, but big teams, often when they're throwing a bad performance, when they've got a big team next up, they respond the week after. I don't think they can be as bad as they were. That defence and the personnel is actually the same that was the second best defensive record in the Premier League last season. So they can't be that bad when they get it right. They've actually won 8 of their last 9 Premier League home games. Those included wins over Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal. You know, the Spurs, their last 4 trips to Old Trafford, they've lost all 4 times, haven't scored a goal. So they've not got a great record there. They have started well, Spurs, but it's not a good ground for them. I'll take United here.
So, hope you've enjoyed our Premier League tipping challenge against the Racing Post. Please subscribe to our free Super Tips YouTube channel and enjoy your Premier League weekend.